Hey everybody. So let's see if I can get my channel taken down this time. I'm actually kind of upset. I took the day off from work. My wife said that she needed some help. She thinks that our youngest 2-month-old might have the early signs of whooping cough. Now, first of all, a lot of people would say, oh, well, obviously he has whooping cough because he didn't get vaccinated. That's what most people would like, their knee jerk, everybody that freaking loves, the whole vaccine thing. Now, the thing that really upsets me is I freaking came as a support system to my wife who has postpartum depression and anxiety. And she literally was unraveling today at the thought of our 2-month-old having whooping cough. And so I get here and I'm sitting in the car in front of our freaking clinic that we go to. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm thinking about getting another clinic now, because even though they're friendly to people that are basically, pro-choice, I guess, as far as vaccines go, or informed consent, or I don't know. They didn't even look at it like informed consent. It's just pro-choice, because they don't care whether you're informed or not. They try to inform you that doing a vaccine is the right thing to do, but they allow you to make your own choice on that. But anyways, so they have a policy. Now I was getting ready to bring in my 2-month-old in the car seat, and my wife had our 2-year-old. So I was heading in, and they said that anybody that has any kind of symptoms of any kind have to come after hours. That's why it's night out here. And so I started heading in, and then they're like, well, I'm sorry, sir, but you can't come in. I'm like, excuse me? I'm here to support my wife and kids. She needed my help today. And they're like, well, I'm sorry, it's our policy that you can't come in unless you're scheduled to come in due to your sickness or whatever. And I'm like, well, I had symptoms of a cold last week, and I've gotten better. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, but you can't. I'm like, well, does this have to do with COVID? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, are you aware that I have had COVID? And for those who are going to freak out at the thought that I actually said that I had COVID, that this is beside the point. They make it sound like if you get COVID, you'll actually have immunity, even if it's just for a short time, like 8 months to a year or whatever. If that's the case, whatever. But I should have immunity, even if they're going by the science. So, I actually asked her outright. I'm like, is this really about COVID, or is it just a policy? I mean, because really the science doesn't point to that. And she's like, well, I agree with you, but I'm sorry, it's the policy. Of course she agrees with me. Just like my health and safety manager over at my company that I work for. He's like, oh, I'm just reinforcing, the rules. I don't care if it's Nazi rules. I don't care if that's kind of what it gets. That's what's getting under my skin right now. I actually feel like people are trending toward Nazi behavior, even though it is, history repeats itself. It's freaking crazy to me. I hate to admit that I actually work for a company where I wear a face mask, and I'm allowing myself to be put in a situation where I could literally have long-term sickness, which could mean it cuts my life short eventually. And I've thought about it a lot. I don't want to implement freaking stupid rules. It's going to get to the point where I cannot do it anymore. And my wife has a lot to do with that, because she just doesn't like to rock the boat. But for me, I'm tired of, just trying to chill in our little freaking, raft amongst turbulent seas. I want to freaking, I want to start, anyways, this is stupid. It's just really stupid. And, you know, I know a lot of people out there, you know, feel the same way about going into stores and stuff like that. Obviously, I didn't rock the boat any more than just asking them outright, is this really science? I almost said, like, you know, I almost said that this is acting like a freaking Nazi. This is Nazi behavior. And, but I'm sure my wife wouldn't have appreciated that. So, I don't know. I want to see what you guys thought and about what happened, and you know, I wanted to vent a little bit too. So, thanks for listening, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day / night or whatever time it is where you're at. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.